I can't help myself, I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy. There's not a minute, hour, day or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list, cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember in the days when I was scared to touch you, how I spent my day dreaming, planning how to say I love you. You must have known that I had feelings deep enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come in. Oh my love, 1,000 kisses from you is never too much.
It's about to go down. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend Morning Show is back Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean, that's me. Jay Black, Sexy Mo, C-Chum, and celebrity guests that you get nowhere else. That's right, but here on Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. Go to our YouTube page, Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, and check the exclusive situation all the way out. Or catch it live. Get your comments on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends are back. Yeah.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do. Michael Sean wears tight shirts. I wear tight shirts cause I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when December comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
What? Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirts. Tight shirts. Tight shirts. Yeah. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Every day. Tight shirts. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. August 12th. It is a Wednesday, hump day, all that, halfway through the work week. Good morning. We got the Wednesday word today. Oh, speaking of the Wednesday word, let me stop tripping and send KT this link. Oh, wait a second. Live on the show. I was so busy over here trying to get everything together for the show. I almost forgot to send KT the link. The link. KT, there you go. Here you go, KT. Whoa. Bam. All right, y'all. So y'all see the title, Abortions Legal Till Birth in Massachusetts. The governor signed it in, effective immediately. We're going to talk about that. Going to try and be as responsible as I can possibly be speaking about this. And I saw this and I was just interested on, I know we have a lot of women in the chat, interested on your take. Once again, this is used politically. If you feel a way that the majority of Democrats feel, they say you're not a Democrat. I'm neither here nor there. I don't feel like I should be boxed into my opinions. I don't think my opinion on everything should be based on a party guideline. If there's something that I feel strongly about or that I just don't agree with, I think I should be able to say it without saying, "Oh, you're for the left and you're for the right and That's just how I feel on that subject. I like cheesecake. You might like chocolate cake, even though I like chocolate cake too. I don't understand why, if something bothers you, you can't speak on it because it'd be politicized and it'd be turned into a political thing. Jay Black is in the building. But I just want to get the ladies' opinion today. Jay, you just joined us. Abortion is legal till birth in Massachusetts, and there's a handful of other states where you can actually have it till birth.
To birth, to the day that the baby's born. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that's a little.
Well, you know, I'm going to get the ladies' opinion and give my opinion on it, and I'm sure you'll give your opinion. Hopefully, Mo will get on here, and I saw it and I was like, "Ooh, okay." But once again, if like I said earlier,
think I gotta read that because sometimes.
No, I read it.
I'm saying that don't sound right. Let me read. I gotta read.
No, you can read all you want. It's to help with complications in the birth, and at the end of the day, they say the doctor still has the final say. So yeah, I did my due diligence on this one, and it's the normal. It's the normal. Hey, I got that. Hey, since you don't believe, we'll just get there.
You got time. You got time. It's too early right now.
We can get right to the reports. So. But once again, I don't go with the whole thing that if I don't agree with something that is a general Democratic, everybody in the Democratic Party agrees with, that means I'm all of a sudden a Republican and I'm a MAGA man and all that. I just think every subject should be handled. This is why this two-party shit just gets used against us. It gets used against us. You get stuck out and ostracized because you don't follow the group. And what I've always said, I said it on stage, America's full of a bunch of followers. We're followers. And the most uncomfortable thing is standing up for something that is not popular in the group. It's always the most uncomfortable thing. One of the most uncomfortable things you can do, especially when the people you disagree with, you normally agree with most of the things that go on. And then you say, nah, I can't, I'm not cool with that. So,
interesting. Okay.
And this is one of, you can search it all you want.
Morning, them dollars. Morning, Jane, the Spitfire.
So, I'm going to get, I definitely want my ovaries on here to state their opinion and give how they feel about this topic. Also, we have the Wednesday Word. Like I said, we have Wednesday Word. I sent KT the link, 8:00. We'll get a spoken word artist to get on here and do their thing. Ashley Newman.
With her 4 boys, her 4 sons, the twins. What's up, Ashley Newman? What else?
And then we, more Nolan Wells, white privilege is in full effect. And more of the podcast tour is being released, and I listen. I don't know what lawyer thought this was a good idea, but hey, I don't live in Mississippi, so they may know what they're doing. So anyway, Jay Black, how was your night? Let's get to how was your night, Jay Blizzy?
How was my night? What I do? Renewed my license to carry. Went down yesterday with the Philly downtown for chops. I be difficult sometimes, Mike, and I
get out of here.
No,
what?
Sometimes I think I be difficult for no reason. Like,
get out of here.
It's okay to speak your mind, but you ain't got to always say what you're thinking. You don't have to always say.
A breakthrough has happened, people. Jay Black just realized he's difficult for no reason. We've only said that to him about 2,000 times on the show. But go ahead, continue. Let me know how you were difficult for no reason, Jay.
I think I just annoy, but I think I annoy people, but I think they laugh it off, but they really be like, he's different. No, but they have
no offense. What they say is he's a dick. That's what
No,
they say.
but I think they enjoy me too though, because you want people that's real and down to earth, and I don't know, it's just something about being me and questioning things, and why not ask questions? Why not?
Because you know when sometimes the question that you're asking, number one, you know the answer to. That's the most irritating. You know the answer to the question.
I want to see you gonna be honest.
You just want to ask the question to put somebody on the spot, as if somebody needs in their life with what everybody goes through every day. Everybody goes through a lot every day. Everybody's got a ton of things on their mind. Everybody's got a struggle or struggles that they're going through. But Jay Black decides that on top of that, I'm going to ask you a question.
I just be wondering. No,
I'm going to ask you a question because I feel like it.
Do what they want to do, and you're not just going to do what you want to do.
That's what you're doing. You're doing what you want to do, but by asking any question, even when it's unnecessary. You're doing whatever you want to do.
But they took a long time to call us. They usually, you get an appointment, usually in chops, usually in and out. So they open up the door. If I said, look, this is the longest we got to wait. I didn't forgot I was in the waiting room. So they finally opened the door, and she got, oh yeah, I got such and such this new person with me. I said, oh, is that why y'all had us out here waiting? Lady Q get all embarrassed, not embarrassed, but she was like, oh God, here you go. But I think that's a legit question to ask.
Why is that a legit question? That's not even a question. That's a statement. That's just a slick ass statement. Yeah, it's a statement.
Is that why y'all had us out here waiting? Because you got a trainee and the girl looking at me, the trainee looking at me. But I was thinking,
why would you make the trainee feel like that?
I was thinking, she's a nurse practitioner. We like nurses. We like Sequisa.
But why would you make that person feel like that?
I don't know. It just came out, and I saw Lady Q look back at me like, oh God, that's what I was thinking. And then they had somebody behind a mirror and didn't tell me, and I was offended by that. They put us in a room with the mirror. Like, well, somebody watching. Somebody's watching.
So did you ask if somebody was watching?
I damn sure did. I said, okay. They said, oh, you see the show? I'm sorry I didn't bring it up. I said, yeah, it's kind of disingenuous, and I forgot some other. I used a tricky word. It was a nice word I used. I did. It was, for me, it was a nice one. But I said, I feel off. Like, you got people watching and then tell me, like, what are we doing?
And that is the reason, see, and this is the reason why the bullshit you do early for no reason, now you have an actual legit gripe. That's a legit statement that you made. How are you going to have me in here and have somebody watching and not tell me?
Kind of.
No, now that you should go fully off on. You should go fully off on that.
I made him feel uncomfortable.
But that you should.
He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Is it okay? I said, no, it's not okay.
What do you mean if it's okay? How do you just do it?
Meaning, like, is it okay if they stayed as a trainee and they didn't want to have too many people in the room?
But that's what I'm saying. What do you mean?
How are they going to learn if they don't allow people to?
But my question is, how are they going to ask you if it was okay? Because if you didn't ask the question, they would have just assumed they would have just done it on their own without even asking you. So you got a right to be mad then.
Damn. And I'm like, all right. And then I was like, no, I felt the way. And then at that point, I'm questioning everything. I'm questioning everybody. But parts of me, like when it was over and it was end, then I asked them, I said, okay, now that y'all finished that, I said, do y'all think I got a little autism in me? Because she be telling me, and they laugh, and they said, well, we need to do more testing if we, lady. But either way, I think people enjoy when they encounter me. My dentist.
No, they don't. I've seen people. They don't. I've been with you. They don't.
I think people can appreciate real people.
They don't.
They all know me. And I'm like, I leave a lasting impression on people.
Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, yeah. So does Trump. So does Trump.
All right. But anyway, that was my day. You know, Joe, did a little doctor visit with my boy and the wife and license. And everything's good. Life is good. And we started planning his surprise because his birthday is coming up. So next week, I'm gonna be out.
You probably shouldn't say that. That young man is very smart, and don't think that
he don't watch us. Okay. He don't watch us.
Okay.
Well, I still didn't say what we were doing. He knows there's a surprise coming next week. Something that he really wanted to do. So,
how's this a surprise? Disingenuous. Look at you with the adult word.
See, I should don't be underestimate me. I be using tricky words sometimes. But no, that was Jay Black trying to get credit.
He fucked that up. You gotta be careful. No, if they are not allowed to have somebody watch your appointment.
Mm-hmm. Without letting you know what's going on. Because I could have
That-
said I'm fine with all three of y'all being in here.
Oh, but the person, wait. Was the person hidden or you could see the
It was
person?
hidden. It was hidden. So it was hey, we have this new person. Is it okay? And I said no. I just wanted to see their reaction. And they looked, and I was like, I said, so people never tell y'all no because y'all just Brody people say, hey, you mind if this person? Yeah, I do mind. And I wanted to see how they made it feel a little uncomfortable. Let that silence sit there. Then I said, no, she can stay. She seemed like a nice person. You got to learn, nurse practitioner, blah, 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 blah.
She was behind a mirror. So
that was one person. And then there was a third person that was behind the mirror. And another trainee that the doctor, I guess, is training them. Yes, it was three. See, they thought three people in the room would be too much. So I made it, I highlighted it. Well, why wouldn't you tell me that prior to, maybe because I threw her off with the why y'all got me late sitting out here. Is this why I'm late? Maybe I threw them all off.
This is what I don't get. This is what I think you need to get more testing, Jay.
Why? Testing for what?
The TISM.
I don't, because I'm direct. And just being direct doesn't mean you got TISM.
No. This is why. And this is, once again, I have no education in this. I have no education in this.
Let me hear it.
Your intensity be the same just to pick with somebody in the beginning. I could see you really standing 10 toes down on being so irritated. Like, well, why would you have somebody behind a mirror and that not be the first thing you tell me when I get in here? Like, how do you have somebody behind a mirror? Mm-hmm. And this is a medical appointment that we're about to have. I'm assuming that this is a private conversation.
Well, it's therapy. It was for my son's stuff. And he was right there. So I went to the edge and stopped.
But my thing is, everybody in the room I know is, but how you gonna have somebody behind a mirror and not let me know that?
Yeah. Good morning, Johnny. Good morning, Afro Queen.
But back to my TISM. It's like you have the same intensity just to fuck with somebody that you have with actually talking about something that is that you have the right to be upset about.
I want to stay in the moment. We're not going to pivot. We're going to stay right here. I need accountability. I need some responses. I need to have the conversation about this. And before I can move on, I need to address this because you're not just going to skate past it. Because I'm sure most people allow you to skate past it, but not me. So we're going to stay in this uncomfortable silence and moment till we get clarity here. And there's nothing that doesn't mean that you on the spectrum.
No, I don't think I was just playing, but yeah. But since they said you got to run more tests, I probably should run more tests.
And I'm taller than my son. We did the weight and the height and all that. So, and people kept saying how he's taller than me.
So understand, enjoy it because it ain't gonna last much longer.
He's 5'7.4".
He ain't even go through the growth spurt yet. He ain't even go through that high school.
I said, can you figure mine? I said, you got to take your shoes off.
So he's 5 point what? You're 5 point what?
He's 5'7.4".
And you're what?
5'7.8". I'm taller. I told y'all he is not taller than me. My sister, everybody, he's not. He's not. Lady Q laughed too. I don't get the laughter. I'm right. He's not taller than me.
You got like 2 more weeks. I know this has been proven wrong, so don't fuck up my joke. Don't feed him no more milk because you don't want no more growth. Don't take all milk away.
You got 2 more weeks and then he's gonna be taller. 24. I'm 5'7.8".
Oh, so he's probably gonna wind up being like 5'8", 5'9".
I don't know, but that's why I had a DNA because I don't know how could his son be taller than me.
Why the fuck? Height has nothing to. I'm taller than my dad.
No, the DNA said he's mine though. 99. Well, it was 99.6 or 0.7. So
Lady Q wants to clear it up. She wants to tell us what it was. The developmental pediatrician appointment, and it's an observation mirror, normal in that field. But she was absolutely supposed to disclose and before and get permission. Absolutely. So I could have seen him turning up. Because that goes to the trust factor. What is other than your doctor being qualified and being good at what they do, no matter what doctors you go to, the one aspect of that we all want is trust.
Trust, yeah. And she seemed like a nice white lady, YT lady. So, but she know at this point she gets me. I'm very direct. So
And he definitely threw her off when he told her they had us wait. Yeah, I don't get. I see. I don't. This is my thing. I don't enjoy making people uncomfortable. I don't enjoy that because I don't like people being uncomfortable.
People be running over people, and I'm
Yeah,
not
but
the one
they
to
weren't
run
running. They
over.
weren't running over you.
They had us sitting out there late. We had a freaking 2:00 appointment, and why are we still sitting in the lobby? And it's like 2:40. I think it was like over 30 minutes.
He definitely threw her off with the
yeah. So I don't, whatever.
Yeah, I never seen a doctor's office with mirrors. Never. And I've been to doctors upon doctors upon doctors. They usually ask if someone can be in the room. I've never. That shit sounds like some Law and Order shit. When they named
I felt like it was the detective
pointing out the suspect.
Yes, I did. I said, "Yo, they trying to set us up."
You see him?
Look at the body.
Number 4, step up. Number 4, step up. Number 4, step up. See him? I don't know. Everything happens so fast. Everything happens so fast.
KT told me, the tears of music comes from the Father. I don't believe that. I really don't. Y'all not going to have me.
Like it's taller by 0.4. If they was in a boxing match and they do the tail of the tape, they wouldn't even count it. They'd be like, they're both the same height and nobody has the advantage. Got it. I thought it was a regular doctor's office. No, I don't care what doctor's office it is. I mean, I understand that's the mirror for it, but you got to tell me that there's somebody behind it. Jay might just be looking for a discount. He starts trouble when he's looking for a discount. Yeah, it's just.
I don't want no doctor.
Yo, take the test. Take the test, bro.
I'm taller. I don't got no tism. I'm just me. And
we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
I'm just me.
We don't until the testing happens.
Jeanette,
we don't know.
I'm right. Yet. Yes, Afro Queen. 0.4. I'm still taller.
People, I understand too. He got 2 more days. He got 48 hours. You better step to that young man now and use your height against him because you got.
Dog, he had a crash out a couple of weeks ago. I had to literally put my back foot down into the ground, like and push off. Like, dog, he's strong. Like I had to really grip. I said, "Oh, I can't just grab you like you just with your arm strip. No, you got to have your back leg." I said, "Oh, this is like another grown man."
No, you better get in the gym, dog. You better start working out, dog.
I said, "Oh, I gotta be ready when I grip him up. I gotta have that back leg planted."
You better wake up in the morning and start doing some curls and just to get yourself.
I'm not excited that I'm taller than my son. No gym dollars. No, people keep telling me.
Damn, don't you feel like he got a little this little thing like he don't feel like he's gonna be the man of the house if he's not taller anymore.
My father was taller than me, Asha. You know that. He was taller than me. So that. But
I know a lot of people who are taller than their father. Like I know a lot of people, even though Cam and his father were about the same height, they were both 6 something.
Yeah, we should be the same height. That makes sense.
No, you shouldn't be the same height because Shaq. Shaq's father wasn't his original father.
Lady Q is shorter. So how could he be taller than both his parents? That don't even make sense.
It's not just y'all. It's the genes in the family tree.
Oh, that's why she's saying my father's taller. So maybe because my mom is short.
And sometimes it skips a generation. Like we got people who are a lot taller than their parents. It's not because it's not their parents.
He's gonna be 14.
He's gonna be 4. He ain't even hit the spurt. He ain't hit the growth spurt yet. Yeah, he's 5'9". He's 5'9". They saw they had a special specimen in their presence and wanted to observe. Yeah, they were like, "Yo, check this shit out." Did you hear what he said when he came in? They wasn't even writing notes on what y'all came for. They was writing notes on your ass.
Look at this guy. Look at it. Look on his phone. Then I had to stop. I said, "Why are we on our phone?" I had to stop in the middle of the meeting. Like, got with me and Lady. Why are we on our phones? We should be. And I took her phone at one point in the meeting, Mike. Why are you scrolling? She's trying to set up the website and work in business. No, we should be present in the moment, paying attention to what these people are saying.
Yeah, I was pretty responsible. I can't hate on
you. Yes, see, thank you.
Can't hate on you.
And I saw the white tees look at me like, yeah. And they probably, yo, this dude, he just.
No, they thought you was abusive. They're like, yo, he beats her.
Yo, they did. They asked Kate. They said, "Kate, are you safe in the home?" He looked at me. I said, "Don't look at me. Are you safe?" I said, "They probably think, how you?"
Why did they ask him if he's safe in the home?
In front, I guess that's standard questions they ask.
For real?
But why would you ask that in front of the parents? Because if I am doing something to him, he ain't gonna feel comfortable to tell y'all.
And then he looked at you. That made it worse.
Yo, he looked.
Are you feel safe in the house? What the fuck?
I don't know
what type of awkward shit. Yo, what dollar store doctor did y'all go to? What is they got people observing you, hiding from you? What the fuck is going on?
That's Chops in Philly. Y'all everybody know
Yo.
Chops. Oh, goodness gracious. But anyway, I think they have to ask that question though to a lot of kids.
I never had that question, but it was a while ago that my kids were that.
You didn't pay attention in biology, sir. I guess the kids can be taller, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, the kids. Somebody said their parents were like 6 foot, and the parents were like 5'5", and both the boys were like 6 foot. Oh yeah, he would be taller than you, 14 years old. Oh, now I got height spurt yet. Yeah, that's what I said. Also, go through an eating spurt. Yeah, it's about to go down. Yeah, that spurt happens. Even though my spurt did, I guess my spurt was. That's all my spurt was.
So you got a little bit.
That's all it was.
You said you 5'7.5", right?
5'7.5". That's all.
Wait, I'm taller than you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Taller than 0.5. Wait, is the half? Yeah. So I'm taller than you.
0.5, 0.8. Yep.
Yeah, I'm taller than you, son. Good morning.
I mean, you don't look it. I mean, you don't.
How do you look a height?
I don't know. You don't look. You don't look it.
I'm 5'7.8.
I think and I'm not being funny. I think because you wider now than me.
He called me.
I'm not being funny. That was not.
Round,
no, I'm not. I take responsibility for my jokes. I want credit for my jokes. That was not. There's just a perception. There's just a perception of people that you don't. I don't know why. I don't know. They always ask me if I'm. What the fuck? They always ask me, "Am I safe at home?" But I'm usually alone at my appointments.
I guess they ask. They gotta ask. Do you feel safe? They ain't. No doctor has ever asked me.
No, hey. Why don't they ask me? I went to the doctor a few months ago. Nobody said, "Are you safe at home?"
Oh God, are you safe at home?
Why can't men be in danger?
Yeah, Lady Q is violent.
My bad, Jay Black. I thought the appointment was for you. Nah, it was for the kid.
It was for my son. Because she's scared to drive in Philly in the city street. She wants to stay in the burbs and where it's like 4 or 5 cars only. And Lady Q, she's scared. I don't get it.
I always wondered that, like, how do people develop the fear? Because I know didn't she drive in Philly before in her life?
I met her at the club, so she had to drive.
She had to get to Philly.
She had to try to.
And she was drinking.
Allegedly, yeah. So at some point, she had to drive past the boulevard, past Cottman and the boulevard. She had, for those who in Philly know, or is it Red Line Road? One of them, she won't go past the boulevard. But yeah. All right, can we get to the show? We done
the boulevard is kind of dangerous. I ain't gonna lie. Roosevelt Boulevard. I'm just used to that shit. They ask women to make sure you're not in a domestic abuse situation, but why shouldn't you ask fellas too? I mean, what the fuck? Like, shouldn't you ask? Do you feel safe at home? Is a standard question.
Oh, see,
that's a weird ask, but no guy has gotten that question.
No grown man, at least, yeah.
Well, we got to be kids. We got to be kids in order for it. Did he just call Mike's son? With his 0.2 height differential.
0.8, son.
I didn't drive to the club. You drove in Philly.
Oh, her girlfriend must have drove. Her friend, you know, the girls. So I guess.
Wait a second. Where did she live? Didn't she live some? No, that's y'all both live.
Yeah, she was in Bristol.
Did she go over that crazy ass bridge?
Bristol, PA, no.
That dollar store
that's
bridge?
More 95. That's more 95.
But she lived in Bridge. She never went over that Bristol bridge that shouldn't even be a bridge.
Oh, the tiny little 1-lane bridge.
Yeah, that fucking bridge. Dollar Tree bridge. That bridge is ridiculous.
That opens up and you got to wait for the boats to go by. Little tiny bridge.
Shit. She said I didn't go past Red Line. Okay.
No, Red Line Road in the Boulevard. Yeah, she won't go past that. Yeah.
All right. So before we get into... I don't even know if we have time.
Good morning, Billy. Good morning.
All right, fuck it. We'll get right into this.
They asked me if I was safe at home. Well, Billy, you know they got asked Billy because his wife be beating.
Because you be walking in with bruises. Like, you can't walk in swollen.
For those who don't know, Billy's wife be whooping his ass. Well, I know we shouldn't joke about that. Let me stop.
We shouldn't joke about it, but if you walk into the doctor's office with an ice pack, they're going to be like, yo, you safe at home?
And then she going to look at him. Say something.
He look over just like your son.
Huh? Should I say?
What?
No, we good.
You start questioning the doctor about why would you ask that? Why would you
ask that? What makes you think?
Because you got an ice pack on your eye.
And she look at his wife. Why would he even ask this?
Why would he even ask that? This guy's crazy.
They crazy over here.
I've never felt safer in my life. I fell and hit myself. That's why my eyes swollen. I fell.
Jay, I hope you're doing better, Billy. Hope y'all work things
I
out.
hope everything's good. Either that, I hope your hand skills got up. I asked you now, Floyd, shoulder roll. Shoulder roll. Come on, Billy. Yeah, I'm actually doing my annual doctor checkup. Each doctor asks me that. But you feel safe at home? But and then that even adds more when if you're single, are you safe at home? Bitch, I live by myself.
I'm single. God, I'm single.
I'm single. Ain't nobody in my house except me. Goddamn. Ain't nobody in my house except me. I don't drive in the city either, Lady Q. It's okay. KT, stop playing, because I know the right spoken word thing, and you ain't got no ride.
She's like, I don't.
Yes, you are.
I will Uber.
I will Uber or Lyft that shit in a heartbeat, and I could walk across the Tacony Bridge.
You better stop playing
still
with
gonna
me.
take an Uber.
You better stop playing with me. Okay, all right. See if that shit work out. We ever get together? I'm like, you better get your ass in the car and meet me in Philly. You better stop playing with me. Comedy club.
I Uber and I ride back.
Don't you dare go into our account and spend no damn money on that damn Uber.
Oh, Billy really lie every time. He don't tell that his wife that she be hitting
Billy, listen, man.
Well, that's the heart want what the heart want, though, Mike. If we being honest,
fuck that. That's how people die. What are you talking about? That's how people die. Talking about the heart want what the heart want.
He can control it. He knows how to control it and not let it escalate to that degree. He know when to not ask her how her day was, and he know not to ask her questions.
What type of life is that?
Yeah. If she was hungry or how she feel, like he know what triggers his wife.
Billy, let me tell you something. Listen, I'm being serious, Billy. You shouldn't be walking on eggshells. It's not healthy to be walking on eggshells.
He don't want to be single. He want a partner, and he know they can get through it.
No, be single.
It ain't that.
If you gotta walk on eggshells, be single. If you gotta walk on eggshells. Ain't nobody got time for that type of stress that you got to watch the words that come out your mouth because you got to shoulder roll. You might have to shoulder roll or do
He always honest about this.
And that's a technique, Floyd. That's a famous. It started in Philly, but Floyd got the shoulder roll. Like you gotta. And what if one day Billy get fed up? He get fed up with the nonsense, and he retaliate. And then the cops come. Dog, that's a whole dangerous situation. I'm
and
trying
he has every right to defend himself.
And
if
explain
it's really that bad, and I know he's gonna have a lot to explain, but he's got a right to. From a woman, you have a right to defend yourself.
First of all, don't listen to her because KT is not going to come to court and defend you. She's not going to be your legal representation. So be careful.
No, I'm not going to be your legal representation because I can't. But you don't just let that happen.
Good morning, Diane. Good morning.
That's a fucking
concerning.
All right, let's
very concerning.
I was gonna say, let's get to something, but this ain't even no better. All right, this is the news report of what happened in Massachusetts and what was signed. And y'all go.
Bill today's to strengthen later term abortion protections in Massachusetts. And until this morning, abortions after 24 weeks of pregnancy were allowed only if they met specific situations that included cases involving a deadly fetal diagnosis or to protect the life of the mother. Well, now with this new law, an abortion may be performed by a physician at any time based upon the professional judgment of that physician. Doctors will still have the final say.
We're going to continue to make sure that women and families have access to the health care that they need right here in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is now the 10th state to allow abortion at any state of pregnancy.
Well, medical reasons does make a little sense, though. Let me let y'all go, though.
Go ahead, KT, because before
I'm
I
trying
go,
to wrap my head around it.
It's not a one size fit all, but I know it. Go ahead, let y'all go. It's not. I kind of go ahead.
It's not a one size fits all.
and that's the problem. That it's not a one size fit all.
Right. That's going to be where shit
That's
goes
the problem.
left with
That's
this.
the problem.
in extreme circumstances, that is supposed to be done. Oh gosh, please take me off.
All right.
I'm tired. The bags are bagging. Um, in an extreme circumstance, I can understand that completely. However, oh boy, I might get in trouble for this. There are too many people, too many women that
Say it.
use abortion like birth control.
Say it. Say it.
And giving them this much leeway or that much time, that is gruesome. They
That is
don't
murder.
understand. That is murder. I'm sorry.
That is
It
murder.
is. That is murder. And you're gonna halfway kill your own self because they have to do that inside of you.
But if
So
it
they're
can,
tearing
if
up
it-
your body and they're killing this baby. Not only that, you're going to have to live with that trauma because if you're going damn near full term, you're going to see this baby dead too.
miscarriages can happen at any time also.
That's a miscarriage. We're not going to compare miscarriage to something that you decide to make, that you decide for it to happen.
I don't think someone decides at that point, because if you're in your 9th month and about to give birth, and if it can take your life as the vessel, as KT being a mother, you have to save the parent.
That's not the only time it's going to happen.
That's not the only time. I
That's
am in
what goes
full
back to-
agreement for those things. I'm in
Good morning,
full
Rashida. Good
agreement.
morning.
What I'm concerned about is those who are going to those that use it like birth control.
Go ahead. Go to North Jersey.
I don't think no one is going up to their 9th month and using it as birth control.
Once again, that's naive. It's going to happen. I'm not telling you if
You're
it's
going
going
to
to happen.
carry a child for those 10 months, as they say, and then
What's
say,
the difference? What's
"Oh,
the
you know
difference
what?
between
Now I
that
change."
and the babies that get left at the fire station, get thrown in the trash can, get found in trash bags and shit? Those are the people that are going to have the abortions at 8 and 9 months.
Is it because we ostracize, if we don't accept the people that are in those situations and want to give those kids up, are they being penalized, or is it a safe space for someone to say, hey, you can have this child and then give it to the doctors and let them handle it, or you're going to get in trouble? So that's why they try to. I think we need to accept.
You're not
people and
you're not
embrace them.
supposed to get in trouble. One, if you have a child and you know you can't take care of the child, you want to give the child up for adoption or whatever, you can do that without getting into
No
any kind of
ties.
trouble. No ties.
I don't think
You
that's
won't
the
get in trouble.
perception, though.
Just you can even it's not the perception, and that's wrong. There should be more information. Women should know what their choices are. That's an even bigger problem. We don't know totally what our choices are, but you can freely go to a fire station and say, here, I can't take care of this baby, or go to a police station, here, I can't take care of this baby. You're actually doing the right thing. But now, since we do have those stigmas and we don't have full and complete information on what our rights are and what our abilities are, you're going to have women using it as birth control. And I'm
Jay thinks it's
terrified
disgusting.
for them for that.
Jay, who lives in Massachusetts, thinks it's disgusting. Listen, people, I can't stand on this side. I've always said I'm very careful how I speak about this, but from experience, I'm anti. But I'm not gonna tell women what to do with their body.
Or if
Because-
you're the parent, if you're the other parent, you got some say.
No, you don't.
I think you should, but go ahead.
Yeah, but you don't. And there's gonna be somebody who's gonna feel that somebody gets pregnant too young, and this is gonna take place. I just don't know how I don't know how you sit and applaud. And this is what I mean about turning this into a political thing and a party thing. I don't see how you applaud signing this. I don't see how you stand around and applaud what you just gave the green light on. This is not a victory.
It shouldn't even be political.
I don't even know, where was I at? Jeanette had
Politics
the 8
shouldn't have
months.
anything to do with this.
8 months pregnant with a stillborn.
I don't know where I must have been young. That's a lot to go through. And you still got to give birth to the baby, right? KT, at that state, like you still have to push the baby out, or how do they?
So Jeanette is saying she had a DNC. A DNC at 8 months pregnant. Oh God.
What is
Jeanette.
that? What does the letter stand for? Those who don't know. What's the DNC stand for?
So I don't actually remember off the top of my head right now what the letters stand
Okay.
for. It's something in curettage. But basically it's the scraping of your insides. They're scraping out.
Well,
your
here's
reproductive
a man.
organs to
I think there's a
the
man that
baby.
has a comment about it. I think
The governor of Massachusetts just approved for abortions up till birth, all the way up to the 9th month, y'all. You can check online. It's true. And let's just call it for what it is. That's child sacrifice. I mean, I know people got their reasons, and I'm not here to debate that. But up to birth, that's child sacrifice. And let's be real, we live in a very evil world. The God of this world is Satan. You can't get to a level of power, fame, or notoriety without doing something to honor the God of this world. Some type of sacrifice, some type of blood ritual. And that's what they're doing. The black market, if you've heard about that, what they're doing with these body parts and stuff, it's all craziness.
And there is a black market that they're using these organs for, that they're taking these organs. Listen, people, I can't be, and if there's somebody who wants to, that's why I'm here to open up the chat. What
I
about
see
the
in the
doctor doing that?
comments,
Let me get the link.
they're saying that it's worded. If you go to Afro Queen or Lady Q's, I didn't see this whole story, y'all. So they're saying something about the way it's worded. Can't find it now.
Oh my bad, y'all. I just realized.
You fight in the air.
I wonder how many women would voluntarily use this as an option. I'm assuming that it won't be that many people. Okay, put him back up there, people.
Put you nice and big.
Sometimes I don't want to be too transparent. Sometimes I go too far with the shit. If you go to North Jersey, rules were bent in North Jersey for years upon years upon years upon years.
Somebody gonna do it if you want it.
Somebody gonna do it.
Dilation and curettage. Thank you, Ashley Newman. I was stuck on that one. I'm stuck on the first one.
Let me get to the other.
You have to find a doctor that is willing to. It doesn't have to be egregious. Oh, it's up to the doctor now, and somebody would have to point out his egregious or her egregious movement. And if you have sat with the doctor and they have decided, let's say a child now is diagnosed with something before the birth, and this is the chance that they're going to be born. So now that's what's going to be done in the 9th month.
Well, some people can't handle the Down syndrome, or like they're not going to have a good quality of life.
Now this is a human being that you've decided.
But they know they can't handle that.
But once again, I understand what you are saying for what you're saying for yourself. What I'm saying is that's a human being, and
they being honest though. But that's why, like Katie's saying, if they know that I can just give birth, and then hey, the hospital is going to make sure that this person is okay, I think they want that freedom to know that they can do that, so they don't have to go do other stuff. But you want them penalized for giving
I'm not
listen.
This whole thing of that they got to be penalized. There's another penalty, that there's another human being that's going to be penalized. The law was written because doctors questioned if they could save a woman's life by terminating a late pregnancy. I understand that, but we also understand the flip side, that people are going to use this not simply because of that. If you got enough money, if you have enough influence. The language used was, it's up to the doctor's discretion. I don't think It's for a regular. I don't want this baby. Since she rescinded Roe versus Wade, doctors restricted. Once again,
Okay.
if you have enough
that's a
influence, if you have enough influence in a community, like we can at least be honest with each other that one is going to happen egregiously. Can we agree that one?
You can't assume anything.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and agree with that. There's going to be a dirty doctor out there somewhere.
Not even a dirty doctor, a doctor that can be influenced by somebody's money and power. Or if you decide that you don't want to do this, that person has enough power to make sure it's going to be that the word's going to get out.
Miscarriages are considered abortion, by the way, Mike.
Once again, I understand what they are titled as, but I understand that the person didn't make the decision. The person didn't make a decision.
Why not go to another family member? Your family could be just as jacked up as you, Diane.
I know that's right.
Nope, you having sex and young, need to have that baby. And it's not consequences. It's the ultimate blessing, people. Every child on this planet is a blessing.
That's what you get. You're going to figure it out. You're going to learn today. Jane said, you did that, right? Hold that. Consequence to your actions. Now you got to figure out how to adapt in life. Oh, that's the DC word. Okay.
Actually, it's not.
Oh, that's not the DC. Oh, I don't know. This is not
that's
my.
Not correct.
My bad. Don't listen to me. This is
women are dying while doctors were seeking permission to save their lives because the late-term pregnancy still had a heartbeat, but wasn't viable outside of the womb, or the woman wasn't close enough to. And I get that. I'm telling. There's another side.
Sad reality.
I think what Mike is focusing on is the ones that want to use it egregiously themselves, not the doctors, not, something's wrong with the mother, something could be wrong. Those are not the scenarios that he's talking about. And we know what he's talking about. Let's be real about this. We know the back alley abortions and all that kind of stuff. We know what he's talking about.
And when you give this okay, this is going to happen. Like, I don't know what, and once again, this is why people like, I'm not anti anybody's right. I'm anti across the board, everybody's rights. And this to me just reeks of incredible danger and the innate selfishness of human beings on not wanting to have certain situations because it's inconvenient. Because don't nobody want to talk about how many abortions take place because people don't want to be inconvenienced. Don't nobody ever want to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about the abortions that happen because somebody's in a relationship and they don't want the person to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they made a mistake, slipped up, got pregnant by somebody else, or not sure.
Don't nobody want to talk about the woman who don't know who's the father.
But Jay Williams, as a man, he said, I'm for women's rights. He let y'all know.
Abortions, but only within a time frame. And I'm not even with the time frame. Anything after the first trimester is condoning murder. And listen, I can't. I am not judging anybody. I'm just saying what I'm not for. The law was written just to allow women to decide in the 9th month to abort. Wasn't written. But it is. But it is. That is one of the aspects. It is. It is. That's one of the things that's included. You can't take one part of the law and not take everything. It is. It has given a person the opportunity to do that, which I don't think a person, unless this is a life or death situation, if this person has this baby, and even, listen.
Pro-life, pro-choice. There's always a divide, Mike. There's always going to be a divide. Jane said if the fetus is disformed and causing mom pain or death, you got to abort it. She said point blank, period. What's the is no debate.
Well, that's funny because
that's one side.
That is one side, but don't come to being a man, because in a man's life, your job is to risk your life for your child. That's your job.
Oh, Brandon Rick said he's anti-abortion. He ain't for that.
No, I just want to repeat that.
He
Okay.
said, I'm over.
Wait. I just want to repeat that. Don't come over here to be a man and talk about men shit, because in a man's life, that is your job. You have to give up your life for your kids. You are obligated. So go ahead, put it this. I'm overall anti-abortion, but there can be circumstances, but this bill seems evil in intent. It is. I believe it too. Not fetus organs, but used in shampoos and certain meds. Docs will not abort unless mother's dying.
Is that the DC word?
Dilation and curettage.
Okay.
I don't even know why you curious about that word. Neither
I
one
don't
of us
know.
is ever going to use that word ever in our lives. I don't even know why you curious about that word. Neither one of us going to use that shit ever.
Is now among a handful of other states that allow abortion later in pregnancy, and that's of course with the approval of a doctor. Now, supporters say this change is helpful for those patients going out of state for care. However, opponents say this expansion for abortion access is too far.
Why today 1 in 3 women sadly live in states with no access to abortion care.
Governor Maura Healey making it official Monday, signing the Prioritizing Patient Access to Care Act into law. Supporters say the change will ensure patients can access care in Massachusetts instead of being forced to travel out of state. But critics argue the new law goes too far. The Massachusetts Family Institute releasing a statement saying in part, the governor's signing of this bill into law is a radical expansion of abortion that puts mothers at risk. And the law immediately went into effect after the governor signed that bill. Supporters say that this change will help those mothers experiencing complex.
So this is what I don't get when they bring up 1 in 3 women have to go outside the state to get care. Well, then provide the care. Then fight for care. Why would you expand the time that you could access procedure till birth?
That's the part I'm not understanding.
Provide the care then.
Yeah, what was the point of taking
What is the point to making it till birth?
Other than for medical reasons, other than for those medical reasons. And why is that stipulation, is it written that way? See, I think I need to look at it in its totality. I need the totality of the circumstances. I miss my boy. I miss Cypher.
Afro Queen, she said doctors sworn to oath to not do harm. Afro Queen, how naive is we gonna sit up here right now?
Not naive. Oh, let me get the link. He called you naive, Afro Queen. Go ahead.
There's $1 trillion in lawsuits against doctors for malpractice, and we're gonna bring up what they're sworn to do.
I know Afro Queen never clicks the link, but I think she has the full story. And if you can, Afro Queen, click the link for me today, because I want to know how it was
life has
written.
to be in jeopardy. It's intentional, not egregious. That's not what they're saying. They're saying it's up to the doctor, and you're saying what you think is egregious, another human being may not think is egregious. Wonder if fetus missing brain or legs or heart misshaped would be an abortion reason for ultrasound.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If you're missing a heart or you're missing a leg, and like you said, you got all these issues.
So you're gonna so we're gonna go with the missing a leg.
I'm
the person
saying
can't live a productive life missing a leg.
It was other stuff she said. A heart. You got part of your brain. Like you're not going to have that quality of life.
The fact that we've even gone to the point that we're negotiating on till birth, and we looked at Donald Trump like he was crazy when he said they're going to have him after birth. Well, we already got it till birth. The entire term.
I know you just ain't co-signed Trump on anything.
No, I didn't. I said if that's crazy, we're getting closer to his thought process.
What Ashley talking about?
I definitely remember a friend of mine in middle school going up to North Jersey and getting 2-part procedure because she was 6
months, right?
Damn.
Because that's 6 months. You could hold that baby.
At 6 months, yeah, because you're viable at 7 months, right? Yeah, to have So you small, yeah. Well, it must have been some complications. I don't know.
You can't always go to it must have been some. How about they just didn't want the baby?
Because at 6 months, you feeling that baby moving around.
Yes.
You feeling a lot, and but I guess I'm not a mother, so
And at 6
I'm all
months,
about
think about it.
abortion.
6
I'm
months.
all about
That's 2
pro-choice.
parts. That
How
means
are
they
you?
didn't get it all the first time.
Pro-choice. You gotta
How
have
are
an
you
option.
gonna say you all about abortion? Like
No,
you
you
gotta watch
mean
what you say.
pro-choice.
How
I'm
you?
saying I'm all about pro-choice. The mother
But
having that complications and issues, and I'm like, you gotta have. It's your
but you
body.
still keep focusing on complications of issues, and you don't even know what the complications are. All you need to hear is complications.
Yeah,
If
because
you have enough
complications
influence, you can
changes
get what
things.
you want regardless if this law was written. But the fact is the law is written. The law is written
No.
knowing that this is possible. In this case, it's going to save the lives of women that otherwise wouldn't get the man. Okay. We probably should get off this. Yeah, we should probably get off this.
Well, we usually lose people. We can't lose the host. Like, what are you talking about?
Because there's another life. There's another life that we're talking about. There is another breathing life that's literally eating and literally okay. Once again, I have this type of attitude towards it because as the hypocrite I am, I took part in things that I regret till this day. I took part in things that I regret.
Oh, so this is a personal reflection on you that you know you
And
didn't
I
have
think
the women knocked up and they had to get an abortion.
and be
you
easy,
feeling
Jay.
bad.
Be easy. Be easy. Like chill.
I don't know where you're going with it. Where you going?
All right, relax. We're not gonna get all fucking.
So what are you talking about?
What I'm saying is, I've talked to women that their biggest regret is taking part of that.
Okay.
And if you don't think back and go like, damn, that was fucked up for a situation to be done out of convenience, and it happens every day.
It's out of convenience. It's a mistake. People make mistakes.
What mistake, Jay?
If two consenting adults are drunk late night, you at the club, y'all left, y'all had unprotected sex, you made a mistake.
So you think that mistake, you should be able to erase that mistake because you decided to get drunk and have sex?
I'm saying that is a large population of what happened.
Exactly. That's my problem.
Not your partner. This is a random you just met. Y'all wild out.
That's not a mistake. That's reckless behavior.
It's reckless. Yes,
that's
it's
not
reckless.
A mistake. It's reckless. There's a difference.
So you're saying if you make a reckless mistake, you shouldn't be able to have an abortion?
No. I said it. No. And I'm not judging anybody who has, because I just told you I've been in these situations. So I'm not judging you, but no.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with no on that one too, Jay. That's like using abortion as birth control.
Well, a lot of people watching this show made mistakes and had abortions. A lot of people watching this show right now.
That's what they decided to do with their bodies, then that's what they decided to do. More power to them. I'm saying what I'm saying. That's just what I believe. I wouldn't do it. I have 2 kids. Neither one of them were planned. At no point in my mind did I think, oh shit, I made a mistake. Let me go get it. No, not at any point.
The ones that want to murder a healthy baby at delivery will find a way regardless of the law because those are sick people. So I guess we should drop murder. I guess if somebody murders somebody, we shouldn't have that law, huh? Because if a person wants to murder somebody, they're going to murder somebody.
Let me get the link ready just in case Lady Q want to click the link to her every time.
Like the fact that we're saying sick people will do sick things, so this law, it doesn't matter. How's that correlate? But the law says there needs to be a medical reason in the law. Anything else is just rage bait. It's not rage bait. We're telling you examples that as laws in North Jersey were being bent. And a medical reason, now it's up to the doctor. We've put the pressure on a doctor to listen to somebody say the reasons why, and it can be medical. But what if it's a medical condition that a child can live with? What if it's not?
What if you honestly, Mike, if you mentally can't handle that? Like if you mentally can't handle a Down syndrome baby with no leg and brain injuries, and you know the journey, that's the road.
So you're gonna
honestly, if you mentally can't handle that as a parent,
and honestly,
you know it, I can't do this.
Then get the baby up for adoption.
No, but I'm saying this during that first trimester. I must have said something.
So you start arranging for adoption.
Stop saying about Down syndrome.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just saying a bunch of.
Stop. No. Stop saying.
All right. Bye. what I'm saying is, the child got no quality of life. And as a parent, you know that you can't handle that. And it's within that first trimester or even going into the second and they identify it. You saying that parent is wrong because they know they can't mentally do it. They go through the pregnancy to have, like you saying, they're bone dead wrong for exercising that right and exploring that option.
I listen, I hate this. I'm not even going to say this. Never mind. Because I'm a sound. Y'all going to be like, explain that to your maker.
Afro Queen said you can't just say it. Words mean things. Talking about me?
Yeah,
I'm
saying
late.
what I'm saying.
Late in the comments. She's talking about
I seen a man unalive a woman because she didn't have an abortion. My first witness homicide. Jess.
Good morning, SD.
That's horrible. Prego lady in Atlanta died, and so did her fetus. Doc refused to abort fetus because she took morning after pills too late because the pain and the bleeding. I understand that. We're talking about this law that says at any time during the pregnancy, they have now wrote a law that you can have an abortion.
Lady Q said, I got other kids to live for.
I have other kids to live for, so if pregnancy was threatening my life. Okay, I'm saying, once again, you guys can bring all this up. They have now written a law that anytime in your pregnancy, and y'all know that this is a dangerous law. Y'all know it's a dangerous law, but y'all don't care that it's a dangerous law. Y'all know it's a dangerous law. And yes,
couldn't they?
Roe versus Wade has been rescinded. Yes. And I was against that. I'm against abortion, but I'm also against the law. I'm not going to say that this law is okay because of that. I'm going to say that women should get care. But having a law that says you can have an abortion at any time during the pregnancy, if we would have said this 3, 4, 5 years ago, you all would have been like, nah, that's crazy. But now all of a sudden it's like, well, it's because missing a leg. See, Jay Black came through.
Oh, he said I said something because he wanted me to say something stupid and dumb just to break up the. Got you, Billy. All right. I think we got with the Wednesday word.
If a pregnant woman dying, they will abort the fetus. Fetuses misformed or dead must abort it.
Just read through all these real quick. We're real late.
Until birth, so she can be in the delivery room and ask for the abortion. I had my daughter at 26 weeks, and she was 1 pound 14 ounces.
Damn, preemie.
Bless you, Kaden.
And she probably nice and thick now too, because they get to be the bigger ones.
I want people to see that. Okay.
That they can be viable. Good morning, Trent Seller, Dallas, Texas. What up, Trent?
You can feel the baby moving way before 6 months, Asha. So they would wait in full term once you find fault, then decide to abort your child. That's disgusting. Them dollar. I'm absolutely pro-choice. For me, I couldn't have one past a certain point unless my life was in danger beyond that time.
So for those medical reasons, it makes sense.
There's a reason for ultrasounds. Why Prego? See if fetus is okay. Mike said some fetuses are malformed and can use.
Jane said, "What about rape? Grape? What is it? Whatever they call it. What about that, Mike? Is that okay then?"
I understand.
This ain't the
it's
shot.
not for me. I understand.
Can't just have the baby because Ronnie then got graped her and made her got her pregnant. So you saying that Grape should still have the baby?
I'm saying you should do what you choose to do.
But you just said you're a murderer if you do that.
At full term, absolutely. Absolutely.
This is.
Is there anyone in here that does not know someone who had an abortion? Is there anyone in here? Hey, let me read the motherfucker. Is there anyone in here that does not know someone who had an abortion?
No, there's nobody that don't know someone.
I do know
someone.
You
know someone that did not.
Absolutely.
Never,
what the fuck are y'all talking about? Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Must be an older person.
No, this is the thing.
All right, let's go. We got our guest.
Show me where your comment said. You said that there were people that are sick people that are going to kill full-born babies regardless. That's what you said. That was your statement.
Good morning, Netta.
All
So
right, y'all, let's
abortion
get
is
to
one
it.
of those topics we can't keep going on because obviously it divides a lot of people, Mike. But it's good to have it. It's good to have it.
I just think it's a scare. If you aren't taken aback by that signing, if you want women to find care, then give them the care. But to sign that, I don't understand the point of that, because anything that you could find, wouldn't you be able to find before it was 9 months?
Mhm.
Oh, I think she came at you, Mike. I think my wife.
Go read it. Then read it.
Have you read the actual law, Michael Sean? Or are you just a
Then
YouTube
go read it.
synopsis
Then
that
go
you doing?
read it. And not a YouTube. That's what we do here, a YouTube synopsis. So just don't act like you brand new to the game. Your man does it too.
Wait, don't put me in this.
Don't be trying to get because you already know what this is. Don't be trying to act like all of a sudden you want to expose something that you've enjoyed the entire time, but now you want to expose something.
Oh God. All right. It's the Wednesday word where we have positive spoken words. KT is
but Ashabu, just remember when you have to answer to your maker that you give these reasons.
Oh boy.
That you give these reasons.
Good morning, Cousin Ash. Cousin Ash didn't have an abortion. She had her baby. A healthy baby boy, little CJ. Good morning, Ash, with your baby. All right, let me move on.
Delivered her baby at 23 weeks and they wouldn't attempt life-saving measures.
Yeah, they're going to be unique scenarios, Mike. I don't know if she lived or not. I know.
Yeah, I know several women. All right, KT.
All right.
I guess we can say
I had read it. I'm sorry.
Okay,
That's why I wanted somebody to get on who read it all the way through.
Trust me, I know how to read too, so I'll read the whole thing today too. I'll read the whole thing today too.
Ooh, she got you there, Mike. Ooh. All right,
and I don't believe she read the whole thing. I don't believe she read the whole thing.
He said you lying, lady, because you ain't read nothing.
I think that's your falsehood trying to
lie. All right, let's
what 9 months is. People, we know what 9 months is. We know what 7 months is. We know what 6 months is. We know what it is. But there's some justification.
I knew Lady Q was gonna catch that. That's why I didn't say anything. I knew she would catch that.
Yeah, Jane, that R word is offensive for a lot of people.
I left that to you, Lady Q.
We try to avoid.
We don't use that word.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of crazy. We use a lot of words on here, and retarded is the one that gets everybody over the edge.
I guess if
Not
you
over
had
the edge.
it could be. It's very offensive.
The words that we use in here, we ain't picking and choosing right now. The words that we use in here.
Nigga, please. No, I'm saying.
Context.
Can we move on to the wisdom?
Dumbass nigga.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's get to it. I'm sorry. We're 12 minutes late. I'm sorry. This got intense. Go ahead, KT. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's get the Wednesday word started. Let's get the Wednesday word. I know these artists when they seem like we're talking about. I know they look and they go like,
what did she get me into?
How am I gonna get into this? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
All right, so today I brought you Tony Jackson. I met Tony a few weeks ago at our last open mic event, Lyrics to Go. Tony came all the way from Bergen County to come to our show, and I still appreciate that. He's a poet, an MC, an educator, and a speaker from Jersey. He blends storytelling, lyricism, and heart into his performances.
Nice.
He spent 2 decades using spoken word and rap to build community, challenge perspectives, and celebrate authentic expression.
MC.
He's done national speaking campaigns, international campaigns involving poetry and education. He is the host of Speak Open Mic and T-Neck and has performed everywhere. His latest album, Eat Your Idols, is available for purchase and streaming on all major platforms. So you can bring up Mr. Tony Jackson.
Tony Jackson in the building.
Tony Jackson is here. Put him up at the top.
Tony, first of all, welcome. Thank you Thank you for taking time out. I always want to thank y'all because I know it's early. So I don't
Peace.
know. I don't know if you're an early waker or this is out the norm. Some people wake up early and some people have been out all night. So Tony, first thing I'm just gonna let you know, I want you to do your thing, and we appreciate all the artists that KT bring on here.
Facts.
I want you to do your thing. After you do your thing, then we'll just have a conversation. And if you want to explain the piece, maybe
Yeah,
sometimes it's self-explanatory, we can, and then we'll dig into other topics and learn more about you. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Peace. What's good, y'all? Thank you so much for having me. It was an honor.
So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Is it a little delay? I think is it a delay? Can
If
you
I
hear us,
start,
Tony?
if I start,
We can hear you though, Tony. You good to go?
yeah, I got a little on my end.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he got. It's like a slight delay.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool.
It was all good just a second ago. All right. As we work out the delay, we'll have to work out the delay music. You know, it's always the same music that we play.
Tony, can you leave and come back? Tony, can you leave and come back?
Yeah, I got y'all. I got y'all.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
All right,
Screen's freezing up on
So you
us.
said he an MC, so he got some rhymes too. He be spitting. He probably say Jay-Z is his
All right,
favorite
so
rapper.
we're gonna remove.
I don't know about. We can ask him that. I don't want you to get disappointed if he says no, though.
All right, I'm disappointed. I'm just curious. He an MC, so I just wonder.
All right, so Jay, I saw a kindness clip, and I want to know: do you have this type of kindness in you?
Okay, let me see.
Let me make sure. Black man, and this man happened to see a woman in a bad situation, and I thought this was lovely, but I want to see.
Yeah. Jane shit.
I'm gonna stand up in a minute.
You want to count to three? I'm gonna get under your arms. I'm gonna lift you up. You tell me. We're gonna count to three, okay? 3, 2, 1. You're gonna have to sit back. I got you. You okay?
Yep.
It's okay. Okay. All right. I got you. Don't strain yourself. I got it. I got you in the chair. Oh, let's get out of this water.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. No. You don't have to turn around. If you can lift your legs up, I'm just gonna push you. Yeah. All right, let me go get you a cup of water.
I thought that was a remarkable practice of kindness, and I thought after this show gets in, we get into a lot of stuff, and I thought that was nice. And is that something you're capable of, Jay Black? You see, because I know the first thing you noticed was her race.
I know I was a white lady. I'm not touching no white lady. I'm not. And I'm looking. I'm like, where's they at? And I said, oh, she slipped off her. Oh, in a puddle. Oh, Yeah, I would. At first, I'm like, hell no. You're calling somebody help. You're not gonna say I groped you and touched you and did something inappropriate. That's sad. That's the mindset that we got to be in. This is a setup. But no, in that case, seeing somebody on the side of the road in a puddle of water with a walker, clearly they fell and need help. So that's a difference. So 100%, I would have swooped in and came through and helped. So yes, I would have been super kind.
All right, good.
See?
I thought it made.
You thought I wasn't going to do it.
No, I didn't know. I was worried when I saw the clip, because I was like, that's something I've done multiple times at my job, because the curb is abnormally high at my high paying job, and I've seen a lot of L's being taken, and most of the time it's by somebody older, and when you take a fall and you're older, it can be a drastic situation.
As an actual want to know how long first before she helped. How long was she laying there? Like
that's not what cousin asked. The cousin asked say that.
Not what she was saying.
That's what she said.
Comment of no.
She was saying it empathetically. Oh my God, how long was she laying there? My God, thankful he helped. You so fucking messy.
I misread that one.
And now that was nice of him, and she didn't scream because of his race. Yeah, I was wondering when I'm watching the
Get off
video. I
me,
was
man.
wondering, and she was going, "Huh? What are you doing?" Like I was hoping, but she said thank you, and I think it renewed confidence in there. There are a lot of kind people out here. There are a lot of kind people, and sometimes Jay Black ain't one of them. So that's why I was worried.
Women and kids. I am very empathetic to women and kids.
That is even white women and kids.
It depends. It's not a one size fit all. It's like the abortion law, Mike. It's not a one size fit all when it comes to. Correct the culture. Good morning, homie.
All right.
Sweet.
Let's get to something that's not too sweet. People move into a neighborhood and they're greeted by neighbors. Now, for those who have ever,
Tony's getting his tech right.
He's getting his tech right. For those people who have never moved into a neighborhood who the diversity ain't what it used to be. Let's say your old neighborhood, you move in and it's a predominantly white neighborhood. It is customary for people to greet you. And sometimes people knock on the door and stuff like that and everything. And they greet you. Hi, neighbor. Well, this nosy neighbor wanted to greet their new neighbor, and they needed, but it wasn't a greeting. They needed answers. So I want you to check what happened here, and then I'll go to KT and everybody.
Yes. I'm a neighbor, and I was wondering I saw someone here, and I hadn't seen anyone here, so is everything okay?
Everything's fine.
And you are?
None of your business. And please get off my property. Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am.
No.
Okay, we'll recycle it. I mean, I've lived here 26 years. That's great. Don't go to your house and not mine. Get off our property. Thank you.
I've always wondered. I've always been fascinated. What part of your upbringing, because I don't know it, what part of your upbringing gives you the right to go to a house and say, I haven't seen people here and I need to know your name?
Who are you? What is your name? None of your business.
Not hi, I'm one of your neighbors. Just came. You could have easily just covered this whole thing up with niceness. You could have been as nosy as you wanted to be if you would have covered it up with just niceness. But your upbringing is you really believe that this is the question that you can ask.
Yes. I'm a neighbor, and I was wondering I saw someone here, and I hadn't seen anyone here, so is everything okay?
Everything's fine.
And you are?
None of your business. And please get off my property. Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am.
No.
And I just want to know what part of the upbringing even makes you don't even have the decency to say, maybe you took me the wrong way. No, because you really believe that you need an answer.
Yeah. And you are?
And you are?
That's a Jay Black.
She was out of pocket for asking, but the response could have been a little less.
What? None of your business?
Yeah, what response would you
she didn't have to go straight to none of your business.
What was the answer? What answer would you have given? No, I'm curious.
So I probably would have just been like, I live here. Instead, I would have been like, I live here, and then that would have been. No, I ain't say all that. I wouldn't have gone straight to none of your business and being nasty. I just wouldn't have been that nasty right off the jump. I would have kept it as I live here.
Okay, all right. Tony's back in the bill. Oh, Tony reset everything. Tony reset everything. He said, "I'm not playing with that."
Man, let me tell you. First of all, again, thank you for having me on. And I went through. I was like, let me just make sure everything is set up right. I got like the nice camera set up. I had like the lights. I was like, let me get everything so it's ready. And then I'm like, okay, it's got to be the phone. So
Yeah.
I'm thankful that it let us communicate.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
super
Tony.
clear.
Well,
Super clear
you're
now.
the second artist. Last week, what was the young lady's name who's on here? KT.
Trish Wood.
ETL.
Trish
Trisha
Wood.
Wood.
She had a problem in the beginning, and she said, "Yeah, I'm gonna fix this." She literally told
She
us,
did
"I'm
the
gonna
same
fix
thing.
this." She came back. When she came back, it looked like she was in a different city. I don't even know what she did. It was a whole different setup. I was like, "What the fuck?" She went from being outside to being in a manicured living room and a set and the whole nine. So Tony,
That's what's up.
once again, thank you. The mic sounds incredible.
Yep.
Perform your piece, do your thing, and we'll have a conversation. Mr. Tony Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
Dang. So I've been woke since I was conscious. Never broken, I'm what God is. Mommy, daddy never conned us. Introduced to Mansa Musa. I go from Ghana to Wakanda. No thunder, God. I got T'Challa. What's Valhalla to Wakanda? Language coded like it's Contra. Out here, killer be the conquer. We living among the monsters. And they up in the Casablanca, staying winning because they in the house spending house money, not a shocker. Electrics in the office, Blanca, watch them and see what they conjure. Frequently feeding us nonsense. We at the brink and they keeping the people unconscious, keeping us dreaming of drinking and shopping like we in here bubbling, thinking that we got it popping. We need more stock in our options. We need more reading and knowledge, freedom, equality, all of it. We need more deans of the colleges, streets where police will acknowledge us, not just be biased and follow or fond of us. We need more business initiatives. Watch when we start it up. That's why I tell people to get woke. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, Tony.
Bars.
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 Tony said, "Y'all want to play with me?" Bars.
Appreciate y'all.
Tony said, "You want this problem? You think this technical difficulty? This is nothing. This is nothing. Y'all not gonna play me today." First of all, how long have you been following your passion and doing this?
I've been doing poetry since maybe around like high school. And when I got to college, I fell into the open mic scene. So I used to go to the New Yorican. I would be up in the
I
city.
performed at the New Yorican.
Come on now.
Wow, they remodeled it. I'm sorry.
No, that's important.
I don't know if it's done yet, but I know the last time I was in New York, we interviewed them and they were doing a whole remodel. New Yorican is one of the most, I'm so happy that I got to perform there multiple times.
Yeah,
so
this is legendary. It's a legendary space. That was the first place when I was first introduced to like spoken word and slam. I knew I had to get to the New Yorican. And so that was one of the first places that I went to and was performing. But then back in, I was in college, I would be asleep in Penn Station, like trying to catch that early train back to my dorm. And then, some buddies and we got the scene going at Rutgers. And so we had our own open mic, and it's been going now for, I think this is the 26th year consecutively that like we passed it on to new hosts.
Oh, you started that?
Yeah, we were the first ones. My buddies Kyle and Scott, they came to me and said, "Yo, we want to do something like Fight Club but with poets. It's gonna be called, Mayhem, Project Mayhem." Right. And I was like, okay, I had never seen anything like this. So the first whole year, it was in one of their dorm rooms, and I was like, right on the side, like helping to plan and everything. And then the next year, it was the three of us hosting. And we just have passed it on to incredible poets year after year after year.
What year you said, don't get me doing the math, and you were in it was what, 2000, 2003 or something like that?
I graduated in 2003, so we started in like 2000 maybe.
That's dope.
2000 because it's 2026, yeah.
Yeah, my math ain't that bad. All right, I did it by mistake. Okay, all right, shit worked out. You normally when I sense pleasant personality. That's what I sense with you. That you seem like a cool, you're gonna be easy to talk to. So she said you're also an MC.
Yeah.
Are you still rapping? Are you still an MC right now, or is it there's a difference?
Yeah, I've been hosting for so long, and I host an open mic up here. So a lot of what I do is I like curate and cultivate community, right? So I'm putting on the events. But I definitely get down, man. I mean, I stay writing. You know, if a cipher pops up, I'm in it.
Oh,
And I'm always like have music like going. You know what I mean? Like bars are just staying in the notebook, staying in my head. So I still MC, but I don't do shows as much. I kind of put on and like try to help people get on to shows more.
Is this a career, or is there something else that you do? I mean, obviously
Oh,
it's a passion, but
yeah. I teach full time. I'm a fourth grade teacher. This is going to be my 21st year teaching, and
wow.
so this is the prime time. It's the summer, so
Right,
I got
right,
a whole
right. So
couple of weeks.
you in them
That's,
streets right now.
that's right.
You in them streets right now. What trying to think, because when I feel like you're willing to talk about anything.
Yeah.
Well, if there's something you could change about the poetry scene to improve it, the poetry scene that every comedian has had their gripes on what we would change on the scene, and at a certain point, I just go like I hate to say it, but I just put my hands up and I create my events and do my
Yeah.
events, and whatever events that I decide to go to, I don't critique them, because if I agreed and I'm getting paid, I took the money. So just shut the fuck up, because at a certain point you can't come in there and be like, I can't believe this bullshit. You got me standing in front of this, and they'll throw comedy. No, you took the money. So if there were some things that if you could, with a snap of a finger, your executive order, you could change in the poetry world, what would it be?
Definitely more connection. Definitely more connection between the curators, between the venues, because there's like the scene and then there's the communities, right? So within the scene, there's all different kinds of communities. Different venues will host different types of events. And I feel like we need to be more connected. What I'm doing right now is something called Speak Across New Jersey. So I'm visiting at least one open mic in every county. It's 21 counties in New Jersey. So I'm going to every county. Right now I'm at 9, and I have about 4 more lined up within the next like 2 weeks. And what I've noticed is that it's everywhere, right? There's absolutely space for poetry and different types of poetry, different styles. And a lot of the times when I'm going into one venue, or I'm visiting one community, they will mention people elsewhere, but it's hard to find the connection. This is the most I've ever been going to events, but typically I stay where I am. And so it's great to be out and get to different places, but I think we need to be sharing as much as we can, whether it's, somebody just hit me up, friend Brian Russell, and he was like, yo, if we have a feature coming for us, let's set it up so that they can maybe go by you the next day if you have an event.
And you got to run.
I think, you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yeah.
More connections like that.
You could create a run. How personal does your writing get? Like, are there certain pieces that you've created that you're like, you have to be in the mindset to actually do it? Like, are there certain things where you're like, I'm not there?
Oh,
and
man.
How personal do you get with your writing?
I love that question. I get extremely personal. I think the thing that I don't share it all, but I get extremely personal with when I write it. How much I share is based on like where I go. And one of the things I was writing about recently was how sometimes we'll go to open mics. It's really freeing to be going to open mics that are hours away, because I can say things there and nobody knows me. It's no context with it. So there's things that we might say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's things that within our own community, they might, there might be things that you don't want to share, or there might be people that'll look at you a certain way. But at this point, I'm really comfortable. So I'm willing to share, whatever I'm writing wherever I go.
The baby mama drama, all that.
And that's, look, my wife doesn't go to my events. Like if there's a special event, and I'm like, oh man, I really hope you'll be at this. But otherwise, she's not in that world. So whatever I have to say, I say. You know what I mean? And I'm saying it at home. I can say it there.
Do you feel like that she's not supporting you though by coming to your events?
No, let me make that distinction really clear, because I have 2 girls. I got girls 3 and 9.
Okay.
And so like if somebody asks me if I can do something, I'm like, let me check with the keeper of the calendar, because she is really, really good about, family obligations and helping to set up like family events and stuff like that. So, because my world is like, can I go here? I need to go here. I need to go there. I make sure that we're in the same place on that before I go anywhere. So it's definitely not that she's not supportive. It's that support looks different. It's different. There's the support of like, you could be with me everywhere that I go and like be in that front row. The way that she's supportive right now is what I need. And that's, I'm going to make it so that you can be able to go, oh, they have to fly you out somewhere. You got it. This is what we need to do to prepare for that.
So, and I will tell you that it's a good thing that she doesn't have to come to everything. Not saying that you would say something, but I'm gonna just give you this quick. I'm trying to make this quick story. When I first started doing comedy, I literally had about 10 to 15 minutes. That's all I had, right? So when I started getting better, there were certain comedy clubs that they were giving me more time, right? So she wasn't my wife at the time. She was gonna be my wife. Was at everything, and shout out to her. She was at the grind. She was at spots that I got paid $20. She was at shout her out. I mean, I got to, but she invited her friends. Now she had seen me perform, and she knew. My closing joke is, to this day, I don't regret the joke, but it's really ridiculous. Like, the joke I said was really fucking ridiculous. Like it was real. It really was, right? And it had to do with honesty between somebody in a relationship. Like, I hate when women ask me some dumb shit. Do you think she's sexy? We both think she's sexy. And then I go to how sexy I think she is. Well, she brought her friends, and she was going to NYU. She brought all her fucking friends. I'm about to get on stage. She comes to me and says, "Is there any way you don't do that one joke?" And I'm like, that's the closing joke. That's everything. Like that. Like, that's, if I'm not doing too good, that's going to close the show where it's going to be good. And if I'm doing really good, that's going to be the icing on the cake. So obviously I did the joke, which is highly disrespectful. And I totally understand why she didn't want her friends to be there while I did the joke. But I'm just saying, it's probably good that she doesn't go to everything. It's probably good that you have a space where you can just, you know what I mean? You might want to do a poem on prior sexual experiences. Your wife don't want to hear a whole piece on how you got turned out when you were 19. Like, nobody want to hear how you didn't know she could squirt. Nobody wanted to hear that. But this is
time out. Whoa, what are we doing? He's a family man.
Yeah, no, that's a really interesting.
Well, he's
point.
a family man, Jay. They got here somehow.
Hey, I'm saying
they got here.
Can you tell when a person performs and is doing poetry because they like the reaction and they like the feeling and the attention they get, versus the person who does it because this is something that they almost feel obligated to do? Like, they can't breathe without being, like, if you took this from them, they'd be missing a part of themselves. Can you tell?
You know what? I feel like I can feel it. But I won't say that I can tell, because I've been in a situation where, I did a piece. I do a lot of pieces about my family. I have pieces about my daughters. And I was somewhere where that was the main thrust of like my feature set, was about my family. And I had a couple pieces about my daughters that are really, really personal to me. And they deal with race, they deal with society, they deal with patriarchy, all this stuff. And a woman came up to me afterward and she said, "Oh, like you're very good with words." She said, "But I feel like your daughters are props in these poems." And now this woman didn't know me from anybody, right? This was a tiny little venue. And, I was as polite as I could be in the moment. I said, you're entitled to think whatever. And then at the end of the night, they invited me back to do one more poem. So I did a poem specifically for people who say stuff like that. But my point, my point was that for me, that was the most authentic I ever am when I'm mentioning my family. And the way it hit her was something else. You know, how whatever it was in her mind, when she saw me and heard these things, the whole rest of the room is, is amazing, right? So I say I've been in situations where I'm giving my truth and somebody else, does not know that. So I will say that I can feel it from people, but I can't claim that I'm 100% right every time. But like as a whole, I've been a host for, quarter century. So, I feel like I can feel when it's coming from someone who was like, are you comfortable on the mic? Was this something that you were dying to get out? And I notice things like if their hand is shaking when they're reading it, even if there's somebody who's established and has done this for a while, pauses in their voice, the way that they're breathing. So I believe I have a good read on it, but I won't claim 100%.
This has nothing to
So
do.
you mean you ran a whole critique in your head when I performed my?
Did you critique KT?
Wait a minute.
Did you critique KT? Do you think she's just doing it for the shine? Do you think she's just doing it for the shine?
Listen, that in that moment, I was so focused on the words, the crafting of the piece. So I heard a dope piece. But yeah, all those other things I'm picking up. I'm like, this is somebody who writes because they love to write and they have something that they need to say. So I felt both of those things.
You said you have 3 daughters.
Thank you.
2.
I have 3. And this has nothing to do with spoken word. Can you you can take as long as you want, or you can be as brief as you want. Can you tell people what it's like to have daughters and how meaningful it is for a man, and the type of blessing it is and pressure that you feel being a father, if you feel
Man, I mean, it is exactly all of that. It is first, it is a blessing, right? First, it is the biggest blessing. I see God in them every day. And I feel it when I talk to them and when I'm able to love on them, when they love on me. My older daughter she's a writer. And so she will write and it just blows my mind. And I try not to push that because I don't want to, make it feel like it's something she has to do.
Right.
But yeah, the pressure is wild, and I'm just trying to really soak in these years where they are young like this. Because I know that, as a teacher, like I teach 4th grade, I teach the grade that my daughter is going into now.
Yep,
so some of the issues in my classroom that I saw last year, I'm like, man, these are the things that she's going to be facing. And we're in the same district. So, I know her teachers, but yeah, the pressure is bananas. I told my wife, and I don't know if this is weird, I always worry about like them, like, just staying alive. Like that's a constant thought in my mind. Like I'm holding my little one and I'm like, I know I'm not going to drop her. But that thought comes into my mind like, oh my God, like she is so fragile. You know what I mean? Everywhere we go, we're driving in the car, I'm cool, I'm having a conversation. At the same time, I'm like, God, I pray that I'm not in an accident. Like it is always in my mind and I feel like that's something I should probably write about.
No, you need, and let me, once again, I'm sorry I'm being selfish. Let me tell you this quick story about being so fearful. We were driving in the car and I had 3 car seats because they were all around the same age. Monty's the oldest, right? Akela is in one car seat against the door. And we forgot to put the child lock on. And I said, girls, keep your hands off the thing. I'm thinking the child lock's on. Stop messing with the keep your hands off. As I'm turning, making a left, at a stoplight, the door opens up and her car seat goes like this.
Go to the side.
I don't know why, and this is not because I'm not bragging. I don't know why in very crazy situations, everything in my mind automatically slows down. I don't know why. It's always been that when I'm in a crazy situation, things slow down. So I slowly just went like this and pulled to the side. I said, you're good. As it's still leaning, I pushed it back in and I closed the door and we drove to my mom's house. And I didn't say anything to anybody. I was like, we're good. We laughed about it, whatever. Man, when I tell you, I went into the bathroom and I was so close to sobbing off the fear.
Yeah.
That
It would have
moment.
been your fault.
That moment that put So when you talk about that, every time you hold your child, you know you got them. But just remember that fear, and I'm not, it's always a blessing. That fear when they get in that car for the first time and drive by themselves, and man, when you talk about praying and asking God to cover them, when you talk about every time they're on some type of trip, because you know my oldest is 22, she goes on tons of trips. So I appreciate that. You said and you actually write about your daughters. Has your wife seen you perform these pieces that you talk about your daughters in?
You know what? That's a good question. I actually have to think about that. I don't think so. I don't think so. And I was actually thinking about that recently because I'm trying to put together pieces for a feature set, and it was something around family. And I was like, this is a show that I would say, oh, you know, like definitely save the date on this. You got to come to this. This is gonna be a special one. But till now, no. My mom is a poet, and my mom also lives locally to me. She's like, you know, less than a mile away, and she's a retired teacher, so she's there like all the time. So I constantly see my mom at events, and that's where I got a lot of what I do from.
I always wonder how, like, as a comedian, you know, if you did well or not. And Jay Black's quick to tell me if I didn't. You know if you killed it or not. For poets, like, correct me if I'm wrong, I've never seen anybody get booed. Like, I've never been to a, like, I don't know, maybe you've seen somebody get booed.
Maybe they just stare. Maybe they do something different.
Like, or is it
it's like a delayed reaction.
Oh, okay. So do you feel it? Can you feel it in mid performance? Can you feel that maybe this wasn't the piece I should have picked? Can you feel it afterwards? Like, how do you know? Because y'all seem to always still give, you know, an applaud.
Gotta show love.
Yeah, I mean, I can feel it. I mean, if it depends on the event you're going to also, and where you are, because if you go to the Nuyorican, if you go to a slam. And I'm just talking about locally here, right? New York, New Jersey. There's other places too where they will be as ruthless. But if you go to a slam where specifically you're signing up for your poetry to be judged, then people will, you know, sometimes they will boo what you have to say. But more often what they'll do is they'll boo somebody. If they hear a poem that's like, you know, they feel is excellent, the majority of the crowd feels is excellent, they will boo the judges. I've seen that. I've seen people go silent and not applaud as a way to respond if somebody's not saying something that, you know, if they don't feel like the poem is going well. But I think in the spaces, and this is one of the things about curating the spaces, right? If you're the host or if you're organizing the event, a lot of the time there's some trust that goes into it if you've been doing this for a minute, right? So people come to that space because they feel like it's going to be safe. If somebody decides to go against the feel of that community, go against the vibe, go against the beliefs that most of the people hold, then there's two reactions I usually see. One is that people will talk during it, and, you know, to different levels, right? People are like, no, you said, oh, no, that's crazy. Nope, I've seen people walk out. But I don't see that happen often. I think it's fairly rare because I feel like the people who are that against whatever somebody is going to say are not usually a part of that community.
Well, what if, I don't want to go down too far this, but what if the person is saying something that's against the belief of the room, but they fucking incredible? Like I kind of feel as an artist, I hate when people automatically shut somebody down because they don't believe what you believe.
Yeah.
And you decide to disregard them, but you don't want to listen. Number one, to how good they really are. And number two, to maybe they have a point that you haven't been aware of or you've been in denial of. Like, because in a creative space, I feel like creatives should be able to go where they want to go. My job is to take you on a journey. So you can't decide, you can't dictate my navigation on this journey. So,
right.
so I kind of feel. Don't you feel like that's a little contradiction of we're in a creative space, but we're gonna put a level of but you gotta believe this.
Okay, I feel like that. Okay, that's a great point. Let me say it like this: as a host, this is what I say. I know hosts that when they're starting out, they will say, we appreciate trigger warnings. Right? There's some hosts that will say that. I don't personally say that. Some hosts will say, we may have this is an all ages crowd, so if you're gonna I've heard people say try to keep it rated R and under, depending on where you are. People will say, please, respect everybody. And so a host has the ability to kind of set the tone that way, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Generally, what I feel like at open mics that I go to is anything is open and you can say whatever you want to say, right? Now, the really interesting thing you said is talking about what if it was done really well? I think about that a lot with hip hop because I watch a lot of battles. And I feel like in battles, there's some people that are technically amazing, like undeniably technically fire with the way they put together their words and their verses and their schemes. But I don't agree with what they're saying. I love Anderson Burris is a rapper. And he's a white rapper that is like white hot right now. No pun intended. He's killing the game with everything. But some angles, if I hear an angle from him that talks about somebody's race or something like that, I will hear those things and be like, I'm not applauding that. You know what I mean? Like the way he did that angle, like I'm not with that. But I can recognize that he's a phenomenal MC and battler. Seems like a dope person. But there's things where I'm like, no, that I'm not rocking with that. And I feel like that's okay. You can recognize the craft and leave it there. The thing about the open mic is it's a different kind of space. Some people are coming to perform and some people are coming to share. And I feel like if you're coming to perform, then you're putting yourself out there to be viewed and torn apart, based on your performance or anything else. If you're just coming to share and this is like your innermost things out of your notebook, you're not trying to be a professional performer, then I think about it differently when I'm receiving it, if that makes sense.
No, that makes total sense because I feel like that and I felt like that hip hop has always been hip hop is the reason why I was able to do comedy. Hip hop was the reason why I was able to grab a mic and not have fear because I rapped my whole life. Hip hop was my presentation, was my language. But it's such a contradiction because I have such a battle with hip hop that there's certain. I believe that Kool G Rap is one of the greatest rappers I've ever heard. But I believe he has one of the most disturbing songs I've ever heard. And I think it's called Rated X.
Rated X.
And when you hear his lyrics, his description of something that is so fucking vulgar is so absolutely like flawless and painting a picture for you. But the picture he's painting, I don't want to see.
Yeah.
But I know how dope he really is. The difference between I shouldn't say I do. I've seen slams. I've been there. I've seen documentaries on slams. I kind of, and this is loose. I kind of feel like slams are almost like the slam dunk competition of poetry, where you got to show. You got to do your flips and gymnastics lyrically and go 360 around the back and jump from the free throw line. If you had to describe the difference between going to a slam to a novice, which I am, or going to a regular spoken word event or an open mic, what would it be?
Okay, so the simple way to say it is an open mic is just that. It's open to anyone who wants to perform. You're going to be hearing a cross-section of everybody, right? A slam specifically is a competitive poetry event. So at a slam, you have a designated number of poets. All of those poets are going to compete in at least 2 rounds. Usually it goes to like a 3rd round. And the crowd are the judges. Now, sometimes people will have judges that are selected, based on their stature within the community, and they'll be the ones who judge them. But after they read a poem, people hold up from 1 to 10 with decimal points what they think that poem gets. This is a 7.5. This was a 10. This was a 3.4. And so the whole night is based on that. It's not completely participatory because the whole crowd isn't going to be in it. So the open mic is for everybody. The slam is for people example, like you said, like that slam dunk contest, right? It's I'm going to try to perform this to the best of my ability, but I recognize this is competitive.
Now, Jay, you got
Damn,
something? Because I
yeah,
got one more
I
that's going to include you.
I got one question and I got a request. So the one question is, you said you're a teacher. I feel like I get a vibe that you kind of you control things. You're in control. There's no doubt that you're running this show. You're the
Glad you're
host.
going where I think you're going.
So as a teacher with ninth graders, do you find it tough? Ninth graders, 9-year-olds, fourth grade. Do you find it tough with controlling your classroom, like with cell phones? Do you feel like it's tough to be a teacher in your space of fourth grade? Or
That's
what's the most
crazy.
challenging part? You had that
My
mic.
next question was teacher. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean for sure. You know, I being an MC, being an MC helps tremendously, and you know, I do a lot of speaking and workshops about that, and I feel like all teachers are MCs, right? Because when you break it down, like you talk about, an MC moves the crowd, like you're the mic controller, right? So you're the one who is determining where that mic is going to go. So one thing is, you can't be the only one who holds it. You have to be able to share it with the students so that they have voice as well. And then the other thing is, like, you move the crowd, so you physically are going to be in control sometimes of where they go, and you have to make sure that they have that capacity as well. You move the crowd, you're the mic controller. And sometimes if you're not willing to share the mic, that's one of the biggest things I've learned. If you're not willing to share the mic and give the students, that autonomy at some point, then it's going to be flat. But it is difficult. Like this year within my district, there have been some issues going on where I'm going to have the biggest class. We have the biggest class sizes in my elementary school that we will ever have had. Like when I started 20 years ago, I'm going to have about 10 more students than I did back then within the same type of classroom.
30 kids? Like, what are we talking about?
Close. Yeah, around that. My number is almost exactly there. So it's going to be a challenge this year. But, it seems like the cliche answer, when people talk about like making connections, right? Another MCism, in some way, however I'm able to connect with those students, I have to be able to find that and exploit it in a positive way.
Got it.
So yeah, this is going to be quite a year coming up.
Well, Jay has been known to critique every teacher because he believes when he sees a video of a student swinging at a teacher, he believes when he sees a student punch a teacher, he believes it's the teacher's fault
it started
innately, and says that this is what he says, I would know how to control.
It wouldn't get to that. You got to later.
Now he's never spent a second in the classroom. He's never spent a second. He's never spent a second
earlier on. You're not waiting. That's a something just happened. That didn't just happen. It's a cause and effect. So if Tony's a horrible teacher, yeah, that's going to happen. But if he's beginning of the school year, they know what it is. He's building a rapport. It's going to be a respect. Like I felt like you got control of your classroom. Like they're not wilding out on the phones and all that, right?
Tony? No. I want to go back to the critique that you say teachers in classrooms in schools that have security.
Tony, has a kid ever swung on you, Tony?
Well, he's in a
no. I have not had a kid.
See, because he's in control.
So what my question is, when you see teachers in schools where security is actually walking around and having to come into classrooms and having to forcibly remove kids, and a child finally swings at them in high school and they lose it, do you think it's the teacher's fault primarily?
Okay, let me say this first on the teacher front. Like I have a piece called Teaching Self-Defense, because I feel like the initial thing is there's some truth to what Jay is saying. There's some truth to the work that's necessary to be put in order to get the result where there's that trust built, all of that is maintained, that classroom management. The thing that happens is sometimes there's a code of conduct, right? So you have to look at what are the values and how is that district-wide, how is that being run? How does that break down when it gets to the school level? And then how does it break down in the classroom? Because I deal with kids differently than my neighbor, right? However, there has to be a certain level where if X happens, this is the result, right? But I've seen too many situations. I've not been swung on by a student, but I have seen students swing on teachers, and I have seen students swing on teachers that that didn't do something necessarily to make that happen in the moment. I don't know all of the background situation before, but you got to consider what's happening at home, right? Like what kind of supports are in place for that student at home. Is it something there that was troubling them? What happened? What other interactions did they have during that school day or during that school year with other authority figures? Were they being treated fairly? It usually doesn't just boil down to that teacher student. I feel like that's a misconception sometimes, is that this person swung on that teacher because that teacher did, a buildup of things, and then they just couldn't take it. I've definitely seen moments where students have done something to a teacher. I've seen teachers go home because, or be out because they got body parts damaged. They had to go to the hospital. They had to,
And that was their fault, right, Jay? That was their fault.
I'm in elementary school.
That was their fault, right, Jay? That was their fault.
It's the buildup. You got to be in control.
He just told you all the variables that go into a person.
You notice nothing happened to him. You know why? Because he's in control. He's setting the tone. He's building a rapport with the students. He has the engagement. They know how to respect Mr. Jackson.
And Mr. Jackson is also 6 feet tall, and he's a black man, and looks like he can punch you in the face.
I'm
is it predominantly black or white kids?
My school is predominant. My school is very, very diverse, and it's mostly Latino population, followed by black, and then it's a mixture. Because the city itself, I'm in Hackensack, and the city itself is extremely diverse. But most of the schools, like our population, is primarily Latino, Hispanic, followed by black, and then there's plenty of white people, and then there's other folks as well. But in the school specifically, I feel like I think male teachers have it's people look at me differently, right? Like the students look at me differently sometimes because, I'm not like a big guy, but I think just the way that I carry myself, just the fact that I am a man, I will get some respect sometimes that women teachers will not get unfairly. You know what I'm saying? So, and sometimes they will be like, oh, because he's a guy, let's give him, the more challenging students, right?
They give you the gang members.
Male figure.
His parents are the gang members. The little boy came in, he got one teardrop tattoo on his head. He got one tear.
My request was, can you spit a little something? Because I know you're an MC. Just give us a little freestyle. You got a little freestyle in you that's dope. It can be cuss words. It can be not like, give us some, show the MC side of Mr. Jackson.
Okay, I'll tell you how I introduced myself to my kids at the beginning of the year.
Okay. This sets the tone. Okay, all right.
And I may not have all of it, but I say, hi, I'm your teacher, Mr. Jackson. I'm here to teach you how to add and how to do subtraction, multiply, divide, and fractions. But the main attraction is the rapping. I know and I get it. It's new to you. You might think your stranger is beautiful. I'm just trying to get you to think outside of the box of the cubicle. See, manners matter. I will never be rude to you, not on purpose. I'm not perfect. I'll make some mistakes, but I learn and I grow, and the lesson is worth it. That is the mindset here. I just want to make that clear. We're going to make some mistakes on the way to the answers. You don't have to fear. I get nervous when performing. I'm nervous now, can you tell? But I got the lyrics in case I forget them. And if I forget them, oh well. We respect everybody here, no matter what you're looking like. No matter your faith, no matter who you love, no matter what books you like. And, so it's a whole thing. I try to let them know who I am, and that is a safe place for all of them.
Have you ever had to battle a kid? Has anybody ever said, wait, I got bars?
Yeah, when I was substituting before I started teaching, that's what I used to do to get control of the classroom. When I was substituting, I would go into middle school classrooms primarily, and they would be bugging. I was very young back then. I'm not too far from their age, so if they thought that they could just get away with anything, I would just start snapping on them. And would I do that now in the same way? No, because kids have phones and they pull something out, they take something the wrong way. But it used to be fun. It was just freestyle battles all the time.
All right, we're gonna put you on the spot real quick. I'm gonna play a clip. I'm gonna play a clip, and I want you. Let me make sure you can see everything I'm playing.
Yeah, you should be able to.
I want to make sure you're on a computer, right? So you should be. So just tell me if you see this.
That was a good one.
Did you have to see that?
Yeah.
Let's test another one.
Dumbass nigga.
No, I'm pressing. I'm pressing buttons.
He could hear.
Okay, all right.
He can hear him.
So
we got it.
This comedian gets on the train, and he does this thing where he interviews other comedians, and and he's super dope. Like the whole concept of it is dope. He's interviewing a lesbian comedian, and she had suggestions to straight men because she also has complaints. And she has a suggestion. So I want you to watch this and tell me what y'all think. Everybody, tell me what you think right here. And what she says about straight
We should
men.
go back to being men so many women can stop being gay.
Wait, what?
I think straight men should go back to being men, so therefore so many women can stop becoming gay due to the lack of men being men.
100% agree.
Thank you.
I don't understand.
Okay, let's break it down. We're in a world now where straight men are doing a lot of feminine things. As the women say, they're being sassy.
They're being sassy boys.
Yes, which is making women decide they don't want to date them anymore, so they're becoming gay, but they're not really gay. They're
my
just
God.
doing it
Holy shit.
because dating men also feel like you're dating a lesbian.
Holy she's speaking all sorts of Holy I get it. I get
get it now?
Let me ask a qualifying question. Are you gay?
I am gay.
And so you are upset that you have fallen in love with a lesbian.
I haven't fallen in love with them. I'm upset that they're polluting the gay community.
But the lesbians that you're sometimes dating, you're like, you are not even gay.
Yes.
You are literally just a scorned woman.
Yes.
Because all the dick out there
is bending.
The dick is bending.
The dick is bending.
It's going straight down and into the butt.
They're getting their eight. They're not building houses anymore. Like, they have to go back to being men so women can go back to dating them.
All right, so it goes on. It goes on. Your thought. I don't even want to preface nothing. Your thought on what you just saw. Teacher Jackson.
Start with me.
Any validity to that?
Any validity? I mean, I'm not gonna discount her experience, right? I'm not gonna discount her experience and what she feels. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely raise will have some contention because it seems like it makes it a finite, distinguishable thing about what a man can be, right? And so I would be interested in hearing what she says or what anybody has to say, right? Like, what are you saying when you're saying like a man is not a man? And I get like the very stereotypical stuff that she's saying, like, you know, when you say men act like men. But I think there's so much going on right now in terms of especially, and let me say it's from the teacher's point of view, especially from a fourth grade teacher, seeing kids, boys that are 9 and 10 years old, feel like they have to be a certain way and feeling like it's so important that they understand that they can fully be themselves as they are. Because if you had like a kid who's into poetry, you know, somebody might jump up and be like, well, that's not for men to do, right? It's not for, you know, you're going to go write poems in your little journal, your little diary. Let the girls do that. You go play football, right? So in that sense, off the bat, I'm like, I would have a piece of contention.
KT, do you feel like men aren't being men anymore, and that's why some of y'all be swinging over, and then y'all be acting like it's college, and then
no,
you know, because all y'all, you know, that's the college go to, you know, in college, you know, that's always the go to, you know. We explored in college, you know.
Well, I didn't go to college. I didn't go away to college, and I did not explore, and I don't have a desire to explore, and no, I don't. I see what she's saying in jest. I see what she's saying. But me personally, as a single woman, I'm not hopping the fence because men are supposedly more sassy. I don't personally feel that way. I think that we are now in a time where you can be who you are if you are gay or if you are quote unquote sassy, which I think is bullshit too. Um, I think people are just more a little freer to do that now. Now, the whole sassy man thing, I think it's a little fucked up. What's wrong? I mean, I'm not saying I would be with a feminine, so to speak, acting man, but what is feminine? What is feminine? Like what? He's in touch with his feelings. He's sensitive. He's not walking around being hood, I guess. Is that what sassy's supposed to be? To me, a lot of these men that are getting labeled as sassy are just grown ass men. They're just grown men, emotionally intelligent men. But women think that's sassy. Just like we were talking about yesterday. I mean, was it yesterday? There was a clip and she called the man sassy or whatever because he came in and he asked for a hug. You stupid bitch. Let a man walk in the
He had a rough day. He just wanted
let my man walk in the there you go.
So sassy. If you don't man up.
Hold on. Watch this. So he came in and asked he said, I had a rough day and asked for a hug. She said, it's too sassy. That's doing too much.
I would melt.
Nah.
I would melt for that man if he walked in the door and said, babe, I need a hug.
Man up.
Well,
everything would stop.
I will say this. There's and I ain't got a lot of time because we got to wrap up. I will say this toxic masculinity thing. I think women have put certain things as everything's toxic masculinity now. Everything is toxic masculinity. If I feel like I'm going to lead this situation, that's toxic masculinity. If I feel like I'm the protector and that is my job and my role, it's toxic masculinity. I think there are roles that men play that now have been challenged, that if you still feel that that's your role, it's toxic. Because no, a woman can do this. And you can. That's just not the relationship that I'm probably going to be in. And I think some shit men get cut at the knees because then women go like, just be the man. Bitch, you won't let me. You won't let me. You want to fight on it. You want to challenge every instinct of me trying to protect and lead this relationship.
He was being sarcastic.
Because your girls are telling you, oh, why he always got to do that? There are certain things that I always do because I'm the man. If it's raining outside, y'all get the umbrella, and I'm gonna get wet. If we're walking someplace and there's a dark in a park, and where the car was parked wasn't dark when we left, but it's dark there now, I'm gonna go first, and I'm probably gonna tell y'all guys to wait at the restaurant. I'm gonna get the car by myself. But I think a lot of it gets cut because that is toxic masculinity. And I'll take it even further and play this clip, which bugged me out because this is a young girl said this, and it might be, you can say it's in jest, but some of this stuff like weirds me out. I'm not even gonna lie, and I'm not even gonna try and front like I'm not 55 years old. But this is a comment that this young lady made, and I was just blown away when I watched her, when I heard it and watched it.
I think it's a red flag if you're dating a man who hasn't openly explored being gay.
I love a man with a little gay allegation.
With a little sweetness to him.
What?
Over. We doomed. We doomed, man.
I want to bring it back.
Is your dating hot take?
I think it's a red flag if you're dating a man who hasn't openly explored being gay.
I love a man with a little gay allegation.
With a little sweetness to him.
It's over.
Yo, what are we doing? What?
I know, Mr. Jackson. I know, Teacher Jackson. I know if you don't want to talk on it, you ain't got to talk on it.
Tony.
No, you know what? Let me say this. I would say, in terms of like, because toxic masculinity is a big thing. I think overarching, right? I think patriarchy, although we live in it, I think is toxic. I think misogyny is toxic. I think misogynoir is toxic. I think sexism is toxic, right? I think oppression is toxic. I think masculinity and femininity in themselves are not toxic. But I think what you see is, or what we see is, a combination of those other things being practiced and then thrown under that name. And I think that's why when people say like toxic masculinity, they're really talking about practices like misogyny and, you know, the expression of patriarchy and these gender roles, and saying like people can only do X or can only do Y. And a lot of those things come from places so much bigger. They come from, you know, they come from the practice, the way that some religions are practiced, right? They come from the way that some political parties practice. And so when I hear toxic masculinity and I hear people say, you know, like femininity is a bad thing, I'm like, if you break down what masculine and feminine mean, and we just talk about them from like a definition perspective, there's nothing toxic. There's nothing toxic about them. I think it's all those other pieces that we conflate and say, okay, now this is what's going to be. And like that clip, you know, I think, you know, it wasn't just, I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. I think that to me felt like trying to like rile people up.
And yeah, and I agree with you for the most part. I just know secretly that you're able to say that because that's stuff that's been said. That's stuff that's been said. We don't say things that haven't been said around. That girl didn't create that. Even if it's just bait, it's just bait. She knew it was bait because she's been around others who have fed that bait and have been like, yeah, you know, that's all I'm saying. Listen, Tony, I know you're gonna start school soon, and I know your schedule is gonna be in 2 weeks from 8 to like 3 o'clock.
I was trying to get him. I was like, I gotta get you in before school starts.
Tony, there are two things I'm experimenting with. Number one is not just doing the show at night, but doing the show once a week. Not just doing the show in the morning, but doing the show once a week at night. I would love to have you back, and I'm serious. I'm going to get your number if you're willing to have you talk about other issues, because I think you could bring a different viewpoint. And I think, number one, you're relatable. Selfishly, you're relatable, and when you speak, you're entertaining. But I think I would love to have your opinion on certain things, and we get into a whole bunch of stuff, and a lot of stuff I ain't even built to be talking about, and I'll still be running my mouth about it. So we would love to have you back on if you're interested.
Oh, yeah, it's an honor to be invited. Absolutely. I feel like this, you know, when I talk about like the earlier question about what's missing or what's needed in the poetry community, I think in general is connection. And the way that y'all are practicing that connection with conversation, looking at how active the chat is, I feel like this is something that is needed. So I really, really appreciate y'all for doing this consistently the way that you do. I would be happy to come back, man. Absolutely.
How can they get in touch with you? And is there something you want to promote? Is there an event that you need? These folks really do support. So is there something, first of all, how do they get in touch with you and then promote?
Bet. On social, everything is at He Rhymes With Me, all together. At He Rhymes With Me. You know, right now, I'm getting ready for our new season of our open mic in Teaneck, New Jersey. So we're still waiting on dates for that. But, you know, just check me out at He Rhymes With Me. I do a lot of design. I write. I love visual arts. So, you know, if you come over to the page, hopefully you'll see something that you rock with.
At He Rhymes With Me. We're going to get him back on the show. And yes, I just broke that, y'all. We're going to start doing once a week, a night show. So for those who got to work and stuff like that, who can't stay for the entire show, we're going to do it once a week. It may be on a Friday night, maybe on a Saturday night. I don't know. It may be on a Wednesday. I'm going to figure out what the day is. Tony, it's been a pleasure, man. We appreciate you for taking the time out, and we hope to see you again. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Jackson has just shared his talent, his passion, and his views and opinions.
He was definitely relatable.
All right.
And he agreed that he controlled his classroom. He don't got all that drama.
That's not what he said. That's not
what he said. Jay Black was right.
It's right there on YouTube. I'm not even going to argue. It's not what he said.
And real quick, I just realized I could never date the Spitfire. We could never be a couple. She don't like guys with earrings.
I don't want a man with fingernail polish or earrings on or purple hair. My choice. Yeah, I got 2 earrings too. So There was a time when that was the thing.
Change.
Well, what the fuck you give a damn about? You've been in a
No,
relationship
I'm
for 12
just
years.
saying,
What are you
like,
worried about?
I think there's this. I was a hit dog, so I hollered, like, cause I feel like she came.
You know how many years it was up until like the 60s and 70s that men weren't supposed to wear earrings?
Maybe Jane is.
My dad didn't
Maybe
get
she's
his
stuck with
earrings
that.
until he was in his 40s.
Yeah, and
I
you
get
weren't.
the
And if
saying
you
that,
won one
Paul.
earring on a certain ear, that was the sign
Yeah,
for
you
being
needed
gay. There was a
you needed
certain
the one. You
ear.
needed the left only. I
Certain
think.
ear.
Yeah,
Like there was
the
a
left
certain ear
only.
that if you put it in there, you were gay.
The right
Yeah.
ear was gay. Yeah, I think the right ear was gay.
Why is the right ear when majority of people are right-handed? Why would the right ear be gay? Anyway, all right, y'all. We'll be back at it tomorrow. I got to go to this high-paying job. KT, thank you once again. Incredible job. Your connects are amazing. So I appreciate you. Thank you, KT. Everybody love me for who I am, not who you want me to be. I can never be that. Understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed it will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happiness. Never let anyone or any circumstance take it from you. Because God got me, God got you, God got us. From Michael Shaw, J Black, KT, Sexy Mo, C Chung, Kamari, Amani, and Lady Q. WokeUpInspired.com. If you have a vision, she can make that vision happen. You can put it on a t-shirt, on a hoodie, on a backpack, on a fishing rod. You can put it on anything. And when you get there, you will see plenty of merch that is ready to be sold and shipped. We are
Michael Shaw and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts.